Welcome to the most scary Craigslist stories ever. In this video, we'll delve into 3 chilling tales that showcase the dark side of online encounters, from a job offer that turned into a nightmare, to a twisted roommate's secret obsession, and a haunting murder mystery. These stories will leave you on the edge of your seat. Get ready to uncover the spine-tingling truth behind these unforgettable Craigslist experiences. Let's begin. Scott Davis couldn't believe his luck when he stumbled upon an enticing ad on Craigslist. It promised him a dream job, a steady income of $300 per week, a place to live, and the opportunity to watch over a peaceful farm nestled in southeastern Ohio. At 48 years old and going through a recent breakup, Davis saw this as a chance for a fresh start in life. The ad mentioned that numerous applicants had shown interest, heightening his excitement when he received a call notifying him that he was among the final contenders for the position. Now all he had to do was meet his employer and explore the farm. Following a final interview at a local restaurant, Davis found himself climbing into the backseat of a white Buick. His employer, a stout man named Jack, squeezed into the front seat, while a strong-looking teenager, introduced as Jack's nephew, took the wheel. As they embarked on their journey, the road led them deeper into the wilderness, distancing them from civilization. The dense woodland soon enveloped them, and after a while the Buick rumbled to a halt along a secluded stretch of dirt road. Jack informed Davis that they had left some equipment downhill and asked for his assistance in retrieving it. After all, that was part of his responsibilities as the farm watcher. As they ventured deeper into the dense underbrush, Jack and Davis somehow lost their way. Davis found himself leading the way, with Jack and the young man closely following behind. Suddenly, the distinct sound of a gun being cocked reached Davis's ear. Reacting swiftly, he turned towards the noise, only to have a bullet shatter his elbow. In pain and disoriented, he stumbled into the woods. Jack's angry curses filled the air as he continued firing shots at Davis, but luckily, every bullet missed its target. Davis spent the following hours moving cautiously through the forest, feeling like a hunted creature, with blood staining his right side. He lived in constant fear, uncertain if Jack or his silent accomplice would appear at any moment. It was long past sunset when Davis finally stumbled upon a rural house. Desperate and injured, he pleaded with the homeowners to call the police. Over the next few days, the horrifying truth gradually unfolded. The man who called himself Jack was actually Richard Beasley, a cunning individual who used Craigslist to entice unsuspecting men into the woods, where he intended to kill them. The young man posing as Jack's nephew was 16-year-old Brogan Rafferty. Together they had already taken the lives of 3 men, burying their bodies in shallow graves hidden amidst the trees. In 2013, Beasley received a death sentence, while Rafferty was sentenced to spend the rest of his life in prison. Back in 2003, Brian Boucher found himself in need of a roommate to share the rent, and John Williams was in search of a place to live. Like countless other matches made on Craigslist, it seemed like a typical arrangement at first, showing no signs of anything out of the ordinary. However, things took a turn when Williams' behavior started becoming increasingly peculiar. To make the offer more appealing, Boucher generously offered Williams the sole bedroom in the apartment, hoping that the added privacy would convince him to stay. Unbeknownst to Boucher, Williams harbored a secret. As Boucher recalls, Williams was an extremely private individual. He would often isolate himself for extended periods, leaving Boucher under the impression that he was alone in the apartment. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Williams would emerge from his room with his head down, quickly attending to his tasks, and then retreat back into the darkness of his bedroom, with only the soft click of the door's lock bidding farewell. Growing increasingly concerned, Boucher couldn't shake off his worries. Over the course of several months, Williams started spending prolonged periods away from the apartment. Frustrated by his roommate's absence, Boucher reached a breaking point after they had lived together for 10 months. Determined to take action, he decided to break into the locked bedroom with the intention of packing up Williams' belongings and asking him to leave. To his horror, Boucher stumbled upon a bulging manila envelope resting on the bed. As he cautiously opened it, his blood ran cold. Inside, he discovered torn-up credit card offers that he himself had received in the mail. it became evident that Williams had been rummaging through Boucher's trash, meticulously collecting fragments of personal information. Among the shredded mail, Boucher found a sheet of notebook paper, which contained the names and addresses of his family members. What sent chills down his spine were the disturbingly intimate details noted down, such as the date of his parents' wedding. Another sheet of paper contained Boucher's credit card details and passwords to numerous websites he frequented. It was like a twisted dossier, revealing unnerving insights into Boucher's private life. To make matters worse, Boucher stumbled upon a diary, and within one of its entries, a haunting sentence caught his eye. "I'm only now just starting to get over being afraid every time someone looks at me, twice in the street, every time a cop looks at me, thinking they know." With a sense of urgency, Boucher turned to a quick Google search to learn more about his mysterious roommate. To his shock, he discovered that Williams, whose real name was Dino Loren Smith, had made it to the front page of America's Most Wanted. Months earlier, Smith had executed a daring theft of precious jewels in San Francisco, successfully escaping with a staggering $10 million worth of diamonds. A call to the police confirmed that Smith was already apprehended and in custody. Boucher never managed to uncover the exact reasons behind Smith's collection of his personal information. However, one thing remained clear. The situation could have taken a far more sinister turn. Boucher counts himself fortunate that the truth came to light, sparing him from the potential harm and danger. It was a chilly morning on August 11th, 2011, when Mariama Alejandre found herself waiting for hours at the Mesa County bus station in Colorado. Her roommate, Luis Oliva, was supposed to be there to pick her up after her long journey from Denver. However, as time passed and Oliva failed to appear, worry started to consume Alejandre. Concerned for his well-being, she decided to contact the police for assistance. When deputies arrived at Oliva's residence, they were confronted with a gruesome and disturbing sight. Oliva's lifeless body lay unclothed on an air mattress, surrounded by a pool of blood. He had suffered multiple blunt force injuries to the back of his head, leaving no doubt that a murder had taken place. The pressing question now was, who was responsible for this heinous act? The subsequent investigation uncovered that Oliva had been involved in operating a male massage service through Craigslist. This revelation immediately shifted suspicion onto Oliva's partner, Brandon Wathen, who resided with him. The motive initially revolved around jealousy, or a crime of passion. However, it soon became clear that this was unlikely, as Wathen was working out of town on the night of Oliva's tragic death. Furthermore, Wathen had collaborated with Oliva in setting up the Craigslist sex operation several months earlier, when both individuals were unemployed. The investigation took a crucial turn as investigators delved into the records and email communications on Craigslist involving individuals who had interacted with Oliva. These discoveries eventually led them to focus their attention on one particular individual, Billy Joe DeLacy, a military veteran who seemed to be Oliva's last customer before his tragic demise. However, even this lead proved to be a convoluted puzzle. Initially, DeLacy denied ever visiting Oliva's residence, but later he confessed that he had indeed gone there, claiming that he left before any activities took place. He then attempted to establish an alibi by asserting that he was paying rent during the time of the murder, but subsequent examination of his checks revealed that they were dated after the killing had occurred. Furthermore, investigators discovered child pornography on DeLacy's computer, although it presented a challenge in terms of establishing its relevance since DeLacy himself had stolen the device. He also claimed that his interaction with the police needed to be brief due to an upcoming redeployment, even though the Army had not been in contact with him since 2008. The trail of bizarre events continued to unfold, but eventually, in 2012, DeLacy was apprehended in Pennsylvania and formally indicted for first-degree murder. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the most scary Craigslist stories ever. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with more hair-raising content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.